March Phantasma originally called Greenback March references the old symphonic song Mark's Poem that was sung at the school piece of as a Greenback's in the 20th century. Close in 2018, Spider March lost a mission second string, trio, great string, composer Randy Sanders, series of Still was an Arkansas where he runs his own publishing company, Randy Sanders. In addition to his career as a composer, Mr. Sanders is under name as a drill designer, music director, and color designer for the marching parks, as well as a freelance artist photographer and writer. He lives in Jonesboro, Arkansas.
The Water is Wide was originally written in 1906 by Cecile Sharp. It was made popular by Pete Seeger during the folk revival of the 1950s. Pete Seeger was a champion of folk music and social change. He was a member of the Weavers, a folk music quartet that was blacklisted during the McCarthy era. The lyrics of the song tell a story of a relationship that is slowly deteriorating as the two people realize their love is not what it used to be. Canticle was composed in 1988 by James Curnow and is a collection of hymns used for celebration. The title comes from a Latin word cantus, meaning to sing. James Curnow is a prolific wind band composer with over 400 works for concert band, brass, band, orchestra, choir, and various vocal and instrumental ensembles. He holds awards for both teaching and composing from across the world. Most recently, he was honored with a listing in the Grove Dictionary of American Musicians. He currently resides in North Carolina with his wife, Margaret.
The first song we're going to play is La Danza by Gioacchino Antonio Rossini. He was born on February 29, 1792 in Pesaro, Papal States, Italy. His father was an impoverished trumpeter who played in different bands and orchestras. His mother was a singer of secondary roles. Rossini spent his entire life surrounded by music. Rossini was never good at school, but he found that music came easy to him. At 14, Rossini would enlist into Bologna's Philharmonic School and compose his first opera seria, Dimitri e Polibio. At 15 years old, he learned how to play the violin, horn, and harpsichord, and he would sing in theaters to earn money. Unfortunately, Gioacchino Rossini's voice broke, leaving him unable to sing, so he became an accompanist, then a conductor. For the next 20 years, he would compose more than 40 operas. His first opera, The Wedding Song, was performed in Venice. He became famous for his use of unusual rhythms and how he could handle his orchestra. Marietta Marcoloni would recommend Rossini to the committee of La Scala Opera House in Monaco. He would write the story of Perone under contract with the committee. In the end of his opera, Rossini would use crescendo effect, one that he would later abuse. After writing many operas, Rossini would decide to stop writing for theaters again at the age of 37. The reason for his retirement is still unknown. He would move to Paris, where he would die on November 13, 1868. La Danza translates to the dance. It was written in 1835 as a part of the 8-song collection Les Soirées Musicales, or the Musical Evenings. La Danza was written as a standalone chamber vocal piece instead of part of a larger piece. La Danza is a pattern song that is meant to be played extremely quick. Some of the lyrics of La Danza translates to faster. La Danza is a tarantella, which is meant to be fast and out of control because they were used to dance to while trying to sweat out the poison from a spider bite. The song starts with a blast of trumpets accompanied by low brass. Sections of the music will repeat with slight changes. The lyrics of La Danza talk about how people in love could not miss the perfect hour for dancing. It also mentions moonlight, flooding waters, and how everyone will dance together. Italy had suffered from a revolution in 1831. After the revolution settled and peace was upon Italy, there was an economic development. Bourgeoisie's land ownership grew to division of aristocrat holdings. There was imbalance between the northern and southern Italy. Guinea, Turin, and Milan started to lay down the foundation for Italy to become an important financial center. Banking started to blossom in Italy. Police control, however, tightened up due to economic revival. There were rebellions against the outcome of the Congress of Vienna. 13 years after La Danza was written, Italy was unified, which caused another revolution. There is no specific historical events that happened in 1835, but much happened around that time.
Firebird Ballad was written by Igor Stravinsky in 1910. This Russian folk song music tells the story of a prince that defeats an evil immortal overlord with some help of a firebird. The section from the suite that will be played is the ending of the ballet, where the firebird sings a lullaby to the evil overlord so his immortal spirit can be destroyed. It is then followed up with a celebratory wedding of the prince and his true love. The Firebird Baucis and finale are the last sections played in the Firebird suite. The Baucis was used to put the immortal villain to sleep. The song starts with soft flute, clarinet, saxophone with bassoon, tenor saxophone, and trombone. This continues with the rhythmic pattern that also includes saxophone and trumpet, which take over the melody. Afterward, there is a transition to the wedding march that then not only ends the Firebird Baucis and finale, but also concludes the entire Firebird suite. Stravinsky was born on June 17, 1882. Even though both of his parents were musicians, they wanted Stravinsky to study law. When Fyodor Stravinsky, Igor Stravinsky's father, died in 1902, Stravinsky began to start composing. Stravinsky was hired by Sergei Diaghilev in February 1909. Stravinsky wrote 3 ballets for Diaghilev: The Firebird, Petrushka, and The Right Story.
Spring Festival was written by Chen Yi. Spring Festival written by Chen Yi is a piece of music that was originally written to be played during the Chinese New Year festival. Most Chinese folk music is not written for instruments typically used in our band, but this version was written for our instruments. You will find that it may be difficult to remain focused on how this piece unfolds. This is due to the fact that, in some Chinese folk music, there is little to no direct repetition. They also do not follow the same rules when it comes to the time signature or meter and regular phrasing. This song is based off the Chinese folk song Lion Playing Ball. This piece is also based on the idea of the golden section or the golden ratio. The golden ratio is based on a mathematical number sequence, but can also be what is believed to be the most captivating part of the song or piece of music you are listening to. The piece was designed so that the climactic part happens 61.8% of the clock time of the piece. So as you listen to this piece, see if you can find the golden section.
play and introduce our last piece this evening, I'd like to make a few announcements. I wish I could see you, but the lights are a little bright up here at the moment. But first, I'd like to thank all of you for coming this evening. I'd like to take a second to thank you and the rest of the members of our community and our school board for their support of the arts and music programs here in the Norwalk schools, and specifically the band here at Norwalk High School. In addition to those folks, I would like to thank our district level administration, so Mr. Cooley and Mr. Baumann, and then our building level administration, Mr. Kania, Mr. Kreischer, and Mr. Schlotterer, for all of their support throughout the course of our year, and especially in helping us organize this kind of redo of the concert in February. I'd like to thank the rest of our music department, Mrs. Mason, Miss Alberti, who and the concert band did a fantastic job. We'll get another round of applause for them. I'd like to also take a second to thank Morgan Savage, who just made it so that I could see you. So that is definitely helpful. I'd also like to thank, go ahead and clap for it, that's great. The other member of our music department this evening is Mr. Stidak. He's actually going to help us out on our next piece of music, playing the timpani. Give him a round of applause. Next, I'd like to thank our boosters. If you haven't had the time to visit them at the table, the raffle ticket, this calendar raffle was a big hit last year, and we've done a great job selling the tickets so far, but there are still more. So if you would like to purchase a ticket, $10 gets you a chance each day throughout the month of April to win one of many prizes that we have. Any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me, and I'll get you in touch with the boosters if you don't have contact information for them. Last, I would like to thank the parents of all of the students in both of our ensembles tonight. Would you guys give yourselves a round of applause? Concert band, you're not parents yet. Good job clapping for your parents, though. That's good. That's good. All right. Last thing, paper copies of the program. If you would like some, just send me an email or let me know, and I will have some printed for you. In addition, I told everybody that I was going to announce this today because we have most of our people in one place. If you or your student are going on the trip, we are having 3 parent meetings with students. You don't have to come to the same meeting your student does, but I need a parent representative and a student from each family who is going on the trip. The 3 meetings will be, the first one, no joke, will be April 1st. It's a Saturday, but our weeknights are busy, so I figured I'd try a Saturday morning, take a shot. That'll be from 10 to 11. The second one will be April 3rd, which is a Monday, from 7 to 8. Or the second one will be then. And then the last one will be April 5th, from 5 to 6. If you can't make any of those times and your student is going on the trip, please reach out to me because I have a bunch of information to give you so that we can make sure everything is taken care of so that that trip runs smoothly. Thank you very much for coming again this evening. I'm going to let our last announcer, Kara, tell us about our last piece and then we're going to go. So thank you very much for coming. Have a great night.
The last piece of music we will be playing tonight is called Ruckus. Ruckus was composed by Randall Stanridge. He was born in 1976 and is still currently living. And from what Mr. Kish has told us, he is not old. Stanridge received his bachelor's of music education from Arkansas State University. He started working as a band teacher, but later in 2013, he left his job because his composition and arranging career took over. Randall Stanridge has written many pieces of music for school bands. He is still currently working with high school and middle school bands all over the United States. The definition of a ruckus is a noisy commotion, a fracas, and/or a rumpus. So it is exactly how it may sound. This piece of music will be loud and will be on the faster side. Ruckus is mostly played in a 5/4 time signature that we don't often play. It was written as a commission, meaning a high school paid Stanridge to write this on their behalf. This piece is unique in all sorts of ways with its creative rhythms and sounds. It is a modal, which is not exactly in a major or minor, but another type of scale. The harmony you will hopefully retain is not complicated at all. So sit tight, hang on, listen carefully, and see if you can spot the unique rhythms. Thank you.